The disappearance of Stephanie Damron, a year without answers. On the evening of September 23rd, 2024, in the rural town of New Sweden, Maine, 14-year-old Stephanie Damron walked into the woods behind her family's home and never returned. Nearly a year later, the circumstances surrounding her disappearance remain a mystery, and her family, community, and law enforcement are still searching for answers. Stephanie Arlene Jen Damron was born on October 6, 2010. She is the daughter of Christopher Dale Damron and Lisa Marie Damron, and she lived with her parents and her five siblings in a remote off-grid home in northern Maine. Described by her family as a bright and curious teen, Stephanie stood 5 feet tall, weighed approximately 130 pounds, and had shoulder-length brown hair and green eyes. By the time she went missing, she was wearing a blue long-sleeve top, blue jeans, and black Harley-Davidson hiking boots. The Damrons reside on a 26-acre property in New Sweden, in a home resembling a geodesic dome or yurt. Their living conditions are unconventional. They have no running water or indoor plumbing, and their electricity comes from a generator. The family also shares their home with an elderly man named Richard, who has lived with them for most of Stephanie's life and is regarded as a grandfather figure. The children are homeschooled, and older siblings reportedly attend Job Corps. On the day of Stephanie's disappearance, she reportedly had a disagreement with her sister around 5 p.m. In the evening, following the argument, Stephanie walked into the thick forest bordering their property on West Road. Initially, her family believed she would return home on her own. However, when she had not returned by the next morning, they contacted local law enforcement. The search for Stephanie began promptly and escalated rapidly. Local and state police, search and rescue teams, K-9 units, and volunteers from nearby communities mobilized to assist. The Federal Bureau of Investigation joined the search effort, and over 4,500 acres of rugged forest terrain was combed using scent track dogs, all-terrain vehicles, and even horses. Despite extensive efforts, no trace of Stephanie was found.
14-year-old Stephanie Damron, last seen walking out of her family's home and into the woods in the northern Maine town of New Sweden on September 24th.
Stephanie's family desperately wants to know where she is, and we are fully committed to helping our law enforcement partners exhaust every investigative resource to find her and bring her home.
Police say the family lives off the grid, the children are homeschooled, and they do not have access to cell phones or computers. Police revealing some new facts today related to the case.
You said she had a history of running away. I mean, how many times has she tried to run away?
I can't speak to that but for saying it was not uncommon. This was not uncommon behavior for Stephanie.
The Maine Warden Service and state police searched large parcels of land near the home on West Road during those first few days. Investigators are following up with tips that have come in from Maine, West Virginia, Texas, New Hampshire, and with Canada being close by, the FBI now working with the local authorities to find the young girl, saying all possibilities are on the table.
Crossing state lines is certainly in one of those possibilities. And of course, that's outside our jurisdiction, so that's where we would really look for help from the FBI.
The Child Abduction Rapid Deployment, or the CARD team, has been working this case. They are considered the experts in these types of cases. They said there's no history of mental health issues, and authorities are asking hunters to be on the lookout for anything unusual.
If you have any information about Stephanie Damron's whereabouts, you're asked to call the state police at the Holton Barracks or 1-800-CALL-FBI. In Augusta, I'm Jim Keithley for Maine's Total Coverage.
As time
Children are
passed and the
homeschooled
initial surge
and do
of
not
search
have access
activity
to cell
showed hope
phones or computers.
persisted, in early 2025, the FBI announced a $15,000 reward for information related to Stephanie's whereabouts. They also released national aid outlets cover the case, and in May 2025, it was featured on the television program America's Most Wanted: Missing Persons. Community members in New Sweden have remained steadfast in their commitment to finding Stephanie. In May of 2025, More than 230 days after her disappearance, volunteers participated in another large-scale search. Organizer Stacy Baker expressed the sentiment of many. Stephanie's been missing for over 230 days. We need answers. Neighbors, friends, and even strangers from nearby towns joined in the effort, emphasizing that Stephanie was part of their community and would not be forgotten.
First tonight, law enforcement officials and volunteers are searching for a 14-year-old girl from New Sweden who's been missing for months. Stephanie Damron's family reported her missing last September. She was last seen walking out of her house and into the woods on West Road in New Sweden. State police say search parties have been looking for her this weekend. They say you'll see a lot of law enforcement in the New Sweden area until Sunday, but there is no danger to the public. Police say Stephanie is 5 feet tall and 130 pounds with green eyes and shoulder-length brown hair. The FBI is offering a $15,000 reward for anyone with information on where she may be.
Law enforcement agencies continue to investigate. According to Major Scott Goslin of the Maine State Police, leads have been pursued not only within Maine but across the country and even into Canada. He stated, "No possibility is off the table. While tips are still being received, none have yet resulted in locating Stephanie or determining what happened to her." Stephanie Damron's family continues to hope for her safe return. Her case remains open, and investigators urge anyone with information to come forward. Those with tips are asked to contact the Maine State Police at 1-800-924-2261 or to submit information online at tips.fbi.gov. Public awareness and information sharing are critical, as even the smallest detail may help bring Stephanie home. Hope is why we're here.